Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the November 16th, 2020 School Board meeting of Lacey Township Schools to order. Would you please stand to salute the flag? I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adequate notice of this meeting was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon on January 16, 2020, and as amended on November 13, 2020, and by posting the notice in the Forked River Post Office and the Lenoka Harbor Post Office, and by filing a copy of the notice with the Lacey Township Clerk as required by the Open Public Meeting Act. Mr. DeGeorge, roll call for attendance, please.
Mr. Scanlon.
Here.
Mr. Peters.
Present.
Mrs. McAvoy.
I'm here.
Mr. Polino.
Yes, here.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Present.
Mr. Riggs.
Here.
Mrs. Downing.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Okay, so we're moving on to public comment for our audience members wishing to make a comment on agenda items only. They will have the opportunity now. Mr. Merman, would you like to?
I think that's.
Do you want me to read it? Yeah.
Yeah, I have no.
Okay. An audience member wishing to make a comment shall raise his or her hand, and when called upon, state their name, address, or affiliation, and intention to make a statement. Comments shall be limited to agenda items only. Comments shall be addressed to the board president. Comments shall be made one issue at a time. Comments shall be limited to 5 minutes. No audience member will be recognized twice until all who wish to comment have been recognized. And please use the microphone. Okay, seeing no comments at this time, we'll move on to board member comments. So I'll start at my right. Mrs. DeSenza, do you have any agenda items?
Yes, I have a few questions and comments.
Okay.
I noticed that Naviance is very expensive. I want to make sure the students are using it. For $17,000, it's a very expensive program. I'd like to look into that. On the agenda, there was an item, the Memorandum of Understanding for Big Brothers Big Sisters. We're being asked to approve something that's not attached to the agenda. We never saw a copy of it.
Right, so it's just the terms, it's a one-pager, so I will
If you could
include it.
forward us
Yeah,
that, I'd
sure.
appreciate it. And in reviewing the bills, I did notice the school supplies by school specialty orders last month and this month total over $49,000. We're ordering a lot of pens, pencils, crayons, and construction paper. I don't know if teachers can share, if there's a stockpile left from last year, but I thought $49,000 was a lot, and it's not over. I mean, there'll still be more orders going through, so I was just wondering about that. Is that,
Sure, would you like me
normal,
to?
constant, or?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. September, October, November, they are the
Right.
times when we are paying off the orders that are placed over the summer.
Right,
And before we permit staff members to place orders for supplies, we do ask them to take inventory of what's in their room, normal every year.
okay.
In fact, if you compare this year to last year, we're spending less. So it's expected, in my opinion.
Okay, all right, I just want
I'd
to
like
make
to
sure.
add to that
that's
also.
okay.
You can't share. They have to order individual pens and pencils for the kids and crowns. As a teacher,
Even paper?
no, you said pens and crowns. You
I said
can't- you
construction
can't
paper
take-
too, yeah.
You can't take crowns from a group of kids here
Oh,
and
no,
save it
no,
for the
I know
next
there's no
class for
sharing.
that.
I'm talking about existing inventory. You know, like whatever's
mentioned
left from
sharing,
last
so-
year. Yeah, I know there's no sharing, that's correct.
Steve, would you like to comment on Big Brothers Big Sisters since you're so involved with that? Is there anything you want to add to the board? I know we talked about it in curriculum.
Well, we have Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Ocean County who are gonna work to create bigs and littles between high school and middle school students and lower grade students who become kind of mentors and mentees. We're working with this organization. We began working with them last year, but then COVID happened, and and we were unable to complete and fulfill our original plan. But now we have someone at the high school who's the point person for this, who's going to be taking it on, and we're kind of moving ahead, and it looks like things are going very smoothly. Parents will be receiving applications if they wish for their children to participate in this program. Students who are selected or identified, if you will, by staff members, counselors, that maybe need some extra help, some extra guidance, but it's out there for the community, so we'll be putting more information out about it on our website as well.
Good. Plus, it's kind of like a social emotional,
Absolutely.
where they could talk to another child, even though they're adults,
Well,
a high school, but,
another student in the school system who's older and going through the same types of issues that the younger student's facing, can talk to maybe an older student about it, see how they're adapting and coping,
right,
what strategies they're using. So I think it's a healthy social emotional aspect as well.
good.
I have
Mrs. DeCenzi,
I have a couple more things, yes. Are some other people signed up for delegate assembly this Saturday? I'm not sure if I can
I
attend
am.
until Friday.
no, the 21st?
Yeah, it's this coming
Yeah,
Saturday.
I am.
Okay, but I'm the delegate, Mr. Riggs is the alternate. Did you sign up as well? Because only one of us could vote.
I think I did, but I will if I did not.
All right, because by Friday, I'll let you know if I can't
I
vote.
will vote if you.
There's only one resolution, but we
Wait,
should vote.
Are
And
you
it-
state or are you county? I can't remember.
I'm
I'm
state
county, right?
delegate,
You're
yeah,
state.
you're the
Alright.
alternate, so if I can't vote, I'll tell them, and then you'll be allowed to vote.
Yep, not a problem.
Okay. And once again, I'm giving the district another $170 for a 1-hour use of the board attorney to obtain and view documents that I was perfectly allowed to see, but I had to get legal permission anyway. Nobody should have to spend this money, but I'm doing it voluntarily because I don't want to be accused of running up the bill.
Anything else, Mrs. DeCenza?
I'm done, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Scanlon, would you like to go next?
Yeah, first off, I would like to, as Finance Committee Chair, I'd like to suggest that the board consider setting up some budget workshops for the coming year. I was thinking, maybe if we could meet 3 or 4 times, whatever is necessary. In terms of the workshops, I'm talking about all 7 members of the board would be able to participate. We could open it to the public, although there'd be no public comment, there'd be no public input, but it would be open to the public, very similar to the way the township prepares the budget. And we could go over some of the things that come up in the budget. I think it would be advantageous to everybody if we knew what the inner workings were of the budget, had some input, and were able to give opinions and suggestions. So
Something
I'd
like
just
a
like the
work
board to
section.
consider that, and I'd like to be able to announce tonight in the public portion that we are going to consider that for the coming year. So,
Did George, are you okay with that?
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
that being said, when it comes to our clubs, when it comes to the policies right now with the clubs, there's no field trips, of course, but service clubs are able to take part in activities as long as it's safe and it's restricted. Are all the advisors, everyone's aware of what the policy is? Is there a written policy on that?
You mean as it relates to COVID?
Yes, as it relates to the situation we're in right now.
Right.
All the advisors and
Yeah.
are such, they're all aware of this.
It's very clearly stated in our school reopening plan.
Okay,
But getting back to the first part of what you just said, like for Thanksgiving, for the turkey distribution.
that
so
would be what, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
we didn't consider that a field trip, which is,
Right.
it's a service. We're gonna be doing the same thing for the holidays. And so that kind of, diverges a little bit from, the school reopening plan. But as far as all the other field trips, yes, it is very clear in the school reopening plan that field trips aren't running, that all activities have to follow social distancing guidelines, everybody has to wear a mask. And when it can be done virtually, it should be done virtually.
Okay.
And I
there-
suspect that's going to change a little bit with the newest announcement this morning, but nothing was mentioned about the schools. So we're going to wait and see a little bit what comes out of that.
Okay, I just, because there seems to be some confusion, and I was just wondering but it is a written policy that's available, or, when I say policy, I don't necessarily mean,
Right.
you
I was
know,
gonna say, it's
we
not-
get into the semantics of whether it went before the policy,
Right.
but there's a written guideline,
There
if I
is
could
a
use
written
that word.
guideline, right. And the policy you're referring to, there is a policy, it's one policy, that's Joss Esme wrote, that addresses COVID, because when the pandemic is over, then one policy just goes away, as does the guidelines.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Anything else, Mr. Scanlon?
For the
Mr.
moment.
Peters?
I have nothing, please.
Nothing? Mr. Polino?
I have nothing, thank you.
Mrs. McAvoy?
Yes, Patty?
You're hot.
You don't have to do anything.
Oh,
The
okay.
mic's hot.
Dr. Tucker, I just wanted to say, I am not gonna be able to make the walkthrough on Friday. I forgot, it's food bank distribution day. So, and I know Mr. Scanlon's the bus driver for the distribution. Would there be a way after the holidays to reschedule something?
Sure.
Okay, not you, keep what you have. I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
Yeah, no,
I-
we'll do a couple of
okay,
them.
I'm sorry about that. The other thing, I just had a question, real easily, number 5. It says, receipt of funds from Special Olympics of New Jersey. I know we talked about it in curriculum. I just had one question.
Yeah.
The way it's worded here, does that mean the funds could be used for an advisor or a teacher? I thought it was directly for the students, but the way I read it here, I just want to make, is that?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I asked that question,
Okay.
and the answer that I got was, that it is very specific.
Oh, good.
Of course, it's not here. There are certain things that the money can't be spent on, but I'm pretty sure that it can be spent on advising, but let me just check.
Right.
So
I
ask
just-
your
my
other
was,
question.
If we're going to establish a unified team, somebody has to run it.
Well, there's a unified team in where, Lenoka right now?
Lenoka.
So is someone in charge of running it there?
Yeah, so let me do that question in 1 second. Let me answer the first part of your question. So money cannot be spent on items such as furniture, computers. It can be spent on stipends for mentors or experts, for assemblies to run events. And some of the other districts are, and because I had asked Mrs. Morano for examples on what other districts are spending monies on, and she says some of the other districts are using the money for specialized programs, sports, transportation to Special Olympics events, celebrations, lessons, equipment, balance bikes, things like that.
Okay.
All right.
I just wanted to make sure there was
Yeah.
money for an advisor.
Yep.
or-
So now the second part of the question, yes, so this is part of Special Olympics, and Mr. Bond and Mrs. Krokowski they were asked to complete goals for the program, but the guidance that we received is that, we are expected to establish a school or district unified leadership team and perhaps a unified club. So I know that they're both working on that to expand, to what Mrs. Downey just said, the program that we have going on at Lenoka.
Right.
So the focus is to establish leadership teams, and it is primarily based on sports and how to use sports to bridge our special education population with our general education population across all 6 schools.
Right. And the only other question, did you find out why the one school wasn't involved in, there was one school that wasn't?
I didn't
that's
find
okay.
out. Yeah,
All
I
right.
will find
I
out.
was just curious.
Yeah.
Why one school?
And it is, and I'm almost thinking that it was left out,
Oh,
but I'm
that's
gonna
what I'm
find
hoping.
out, because it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But I will find out.
That's good, thank you.
Okay?
Good. Mr. Riggs?
No, I don't got much, just, Mr. Scanlon, that policy that, you're talking about is policy 1648. That's the one that's like the catch-all, that includes the restart and recovery plan. So it's one of the appendixes in that, or whatever it is. It's huge, you can read through it if you want, but that's the policy we were talking about. the
That deals
1648.
with,
That deals with the coronavirus, the restart of the school, and all that stuff, that's the one that it's in.
Well, my real question was, is everyone aware of it? Is everyone aware of, are the advisors aware of what they can and can't do?
Oh, that I have.
Not, I was, you know,
Oh, I was just pointing you in the right direction.
and,
if you wanted
and
to read it.
what I said was that I wasn't really talking about policies. I was more like the awareness and what, you know, what,
Like you were saying, the framework or the guidelines.
the framework and the guidelines, exactly.
In order to go somewhere,
yeah.
they have to get a permission slip,
Oh,
permission
no,
slip from the
yeah,
administrator.
right, I wasn't getting into, the more generalized, do they know what they're allowed to even apply to do? In other words, we know we have to get permission slips and so on and so forth, but before we do that, we have to know that we are doing something we're allowed to do.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, make sure that everyone was aware of what those parameters were.
Yep, and we'll check to make sure that everybody
Okay.
is aware, but they should be. We've been talking about it for quite
Yeah.
some time, and we've had many meetings about it.
Right. I wasn't trying to get into what the exact policy,
Oh, no, I wasn't gonna go into it
okay,
either.
right.
It's too much,
Right.
this one.
Okay,
That's all
I
I
have
have.
nothing at this time, maybe later, but not this time. Do you have anything?
Not right
Do you have anything?
Come in.
Jennifer, nothing? Okay, so at this time, we will go into private session. We'll return from private session approximately 7 o'clock. Mr. DeGeorge, please make a motion for private session.
Yes, ma'am. Be it resolved that a private session be convened for the purpose of discussing confidential student matters, confidential legal matters, including but not limited to the current load of cases, confidential personnel matters, specifically collective bargaining. The subject matter of these discussions will be disclosed to the public when the reason for confidentiality subsides. The length of the private session is estimated to be 40 minutes, after which the board shall reconvene and proceed with business. Action may be taken. Motion, please.
Motion.
Second?
Private session, thank you, private session will be in Cafeteria South. So if you exit this door, make a left, make your first right, it's about halfway down on your left side.
Welcome, everybody, to the regular session of the November 16th, 2020 Lacey School Board meeting. Once again, we want to welcome our student representatives, Caitlin and Caroline, to our meeting, and they have some comments, I believe, for tonight. So who's going first? Caroline?
I will.
Okay.
So this month, the senior class started selling holiday masks for $10. If you have any questions, see Mr. Paula. SGA has sponsored a food drive for the Lacey Food Bank from November 9th to the 13th. And Caitlin will be saying the unsung hero.
Okay. The Lacey Township High School would like to recognize Angel Dong as the November Unsung Hero. Angel is someone who always goes above and beyond what is expected, but not for the reason of recognition. She knows that it builds character and that it is the right thing to do. Her dependability and accountability are at a level that is admired and appreciated by her peers and educators. She is always willing to lend a helping hand or figure out a solution to any problem. Aside from her rigorous studies, she has been a dedicated player to the girls' tennis team since her freshman year. For the past 2 years, she has been leading the team at her position of varsity first singles. Angel's loyalty to LTHS can be shown through her endless commitment to some of the respectable clubs Lacey has to offer. This includes, but is not limited to, DECA, FBLA, and being secretary of Interact Club. She is a beloved student, teammate, and friend, known for her kind heart and endless efforts. Congratulations, Angel.
Okay, thank you, ladies, and congratulations on being the unsung hero. That's a great award. At this time, I'd like to now turn the microphone over to Dr. Clark.
Yes.
Our
And Angel,
superintendent.
congratulations, and is your family here by any chance? Oh, okay, well, congratulations to you as well, because, is that your brother? Yeah. Oh, all right, well, congratulations to you, because I'm sure you inspired each other, so congrats. Thank you, President Dowd. Okay, so we are in our, I'm going to call it our new location, but hopefully it's our temporary location. We don't know what next month brings. But again, I wanted to thank Caitlin and Caroline for your reports, and we love having you part of our meetings. And congratulations to Angel for Unsung Hero. I just want to draw your attention to the screen behind me because every month I showcase the fine artwork of our students, and so the designer of our board agenda is Alexandra Kuhn. She is a grade 8 student at Lacey Township Middle School, and the designer of the superintendent's report is Gracie Kiernan, who is also an 8th grade student at Lacey Township Middle School, and their artwork will join our designs that are hanging up at the board office, so we thank them for their hard work. All right, we have quite a few presentations today, and so we're going to get right in it. And Mr. Brandis, we're going to start with Seniors of the Month. So I think the board members who are on the side will be okay. We're going to get up and move over to the side. Can you see? Yeah.
At this time, I'm going to welcome Callie Finlow up celebrate the Vocational Seniors of the Month. Along with Callie, her family is joining her up here alongside us. Congratulations to Callie and her parents as well. Congratulations, Callie. At this time, we're going to watch a short video of all the accomplishments of Callie Finlow. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Greg Brandis, principal of Lacey Township High School, and I'm here to celebrate the Seniors of the Month for November. I'd first like to congratulate Callie Finlow as being Senior of the Month.
My name is Callie Finlow, and I'm proud to be Senior of the Month.
So congratulations, Callie, on winning Senior of the Month. It is extremely well deserved. I'm super proud of you for everything you've already accomplished, and I can't wait to see what you do in the near future.
Congratulations to Callie Finlow for being named November's Student of the Month. I could not be more proud of Callie. She is so deserving of this achievement, and I can't think of anyone who works harder both in her extracurriculars, athletics, and academics.
Inside of school, I'm a proud member of the LTHS cheerleading program on the fall, winter, and competition teams. I'm also a part of the Student Government Association as Executive Board Corresponding Secretary. Outside of school, I'm a member of Primetime All-Stars on our senior level 5 team, Lady Onyx.
Callie is both an AP and a STEM student. She is also one of our cheerleading captains this year. She is a 3-season varsity cheerleader for football, basketball, and competition. She is also the corresponding secretary of the Executive Student Government Association this year. She's a member of National Honor Society, of ADA, Chemistry Club. I could go on and on listing Callie's achievements because she really is that wonderful. I really believe that Callie is one of the best all-around cheerleaders that I have ever had the privilege of coaching. And as we call her, our Callie girl has so many bright, amazing, wonderful things ahead of her, and we are definitely going to miss her.
My favorite classes were my Engineering 3 class as well as my STEM Core 3 class. These classes were great because I was able to learn how to 3D print as well as great public speaking and leadership skills.
Callie is a person who not only in class has been one to drive the overall conversation forward, but she's also been the person that is not afraid to get out of her comfort zone. Last year, she was one of the types of people who was working on a 3D printing project, and she tried making a 3D prosthetic for one of another classmate's cats. And the cat itself actually had, a bum front leg, and without us actually having to leave due to the state shutdown and the current situation, she was so close to getting those final iterations done.
After high school, I plan to study civil engineering at a 4-year college.
Congratulations, Callie.
On behalf of the Board of Education and the district, we'd like to congratulate you on Student of the Month.
Thank you.
And I think, we'll do an elbow bump. Here we go. Ready? Now let's do a photo with her. Yeah? And then we'll let you do it one alone. I'll show you all the pictures.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Want to get her on her own?
Yeah, sure. Great. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
At this time, I'm going to welcome our next recipient of a Student of the Month, Logan Hammerly. Please join me along with his parents and guests. Congratulations to Logan and his parents and siblings as well. Congratulations. Okay. At this time, we're going to watch another video of Logan and his accomplishments. Congratulations.
Next, I'd like to congratulate Logan Hammerly as being named Senior of the Month for November, and now we'll watch his accomplishments as well.
Hi, I'm Logan Hammerly, and I'm proud to be November Senior of the Month.
Logan, congratulations on earning Senior of the Month for this month. You know, it's been fun working with you on the volleyball court for the last 3 years, going on 4 now, and I got to say there is no one who's more deserving of this when it comes to your character, your moral fiber, your belief system, and your hard work.
One of my favorite classes during high school that I took was the Engineering and Design program. Whether it was building catapults or making rockets that shot 100 feet in the air, I was always able to apply exactly what I learned in that class into what we were doing.
Logan, congratulations on winning Senior of the Month. It's something for you that is absolutely well-deserved. Your hard work and your overall dedication to your education is really paid off. I'm one of those types of people who is extremely proud of you on a daily basis, and even though I don't have you in class this year because there's no Engineering and Design 4, I know you're destined for great things.
Outside of school, I do a lot of volunteer work with both the Elks Club and my local church, whether it's helping out the veterans and assisting the special needs kids or going and building houses with Good Works. I'm always out doing something. And when it comes to school sports, I play volleyball, which I've been a 2-year letterman, hopefully going for my 3rd, and I've also played soccer for all 4 years of high school.
You know, Logan, you've really had a lot of great experiences, you and I together, for the last 3 years, and everyone always jokes that I initiate someone on the varsity court by always making their debut when we play the top team in the State Southern Regional. But I got to say, amongst all the memories I have with you on and off the court, in the film room, you know, on the bus, getting off the bus, you name it, nothing is more memorable than a meeting we had sophomore year when I found out what your nickname was on your cell phone. And once I learned that about you, of all things, that told me right there that you are a young man that has the confidence to face anything down in life on and off the court. And I really do applaud that. And you can feel free to tell the entire room what that nickname was if you'd like after the conclusion of this ceremony.
After high school, I plan on going off to college and studying either pediatric or sports physical therapy.
Congratulations, Logan. At this time,
Are you going to tell us?
I'm going to withhold that information. Thank you so much.
On behalf of the Board of Education and the district, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Congratulations. We're doing elbow bumps tonight, so congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you so much for coming.
Take care.
All right?
You're going to rat him out? You're going to tell us what the nickname was?
At this time, we congratulate the Vocational Senior of the Month. Unfortunately, Vincent Segley and his family could not join us tonight, but we congratulate him and his parents as well. And at this time, we will watch a video of Vinny Segley and his accomplishments and celebrating him as Vocational Senior of the Month.
Our final Senior of the Month is our vocational student, Vinny Segley. Congratulations.
Hi, I'm Vinny Segley, and I'm proud to be the LTHS Vocational Student of the Month. After high school, I plan to either go into the military or pursue a career in welding.
First off, congratulations, Vinny, on earning Student of the Month. Segley is not only our best wrestler on our team in a wrestling standpoint, but he's by far one of our best leaders as well. His character speaks for himself. He's the type of kid that is early to practice and he's last to leave. He's extremely hardworking. The work ethic goes a long way in wrestling. It's going to carry over for the rest of his life. You know, that's what we try and do as wrestling coaches is teach life lessons through sport. But in the other end, the wrestler has to be willing to embrace those life lessons. Segley is an individual who embraces them with open arms. He's extremely resilient as a young man, and overall, these are the type of kids that as coaches we're grateful to have in our program.
My favorite memory at LTHS was when I won the short conference because it was a huge accomplishment of mine.
Segley's just a fun guy all around. He's a very positive kid. He's a very optimistic individual. It goes back to just being resilient. I think he handles adversity extremely well.
Some of my favorite classes throughout the 4 years have been woodshop with Mr. Stab, English with Miss Fontanelli, and I've always just really loved gym class.
Vinny's vocational program, I know he's extremely excited about being over there and being a part of that. I think it's important for some of these student athletes or just some of these kids in general who don't excel as well in the classroom setting at the high school to have that opportunity to continue to individually grow in a setting that fits their personality and their individual mindset a little bit better. So yeah, vocational school for Segley, I think he loves it, man. He talks highly about it.
I've done wrestling since freshman year, and I've also done football freshman and sophomore year.
Congrats again, Vinny, for earning the Senior of the Month, and looking forward to getting back in the room and training you the way that we know how, hard, and excited about watching you grow, man, as a young man.
Congratulations to Vinny. Segley as well. I'd just like to end with thanking the Board of Education, Dr. Clark, for allowing me to present again our Seniors of the Month. It is nice to be doing it in person, and I hope we can continue to do so and with some normalcy. So thank you again for allowing me, and congratulations to all the Seniors of the Month and Angel as the unsung hero. Thank you.
All right, we're going to transition now to a new program that we just started this year, and I am so excited to introduce our staff members of the month. So in an effort to recognize the dedication and hard work of our staff members in Lacey Township, we've developed the Lacey Township School District Staff Member of the Month program. And all of our staff members who will be chosen are outstanding individuals who are going to be recognized monthly for their efforts in making the Lacey Township School District the very, very best place it can be. So the way that we did this is we developed criteria, and our entire school community is who nominates our staff members of the month for consideration, and then a committee gets together and decides who is going to be the recipients. And so two board members this evening, Mr. Riggs and Mrs. DeSenza, are going to read a little bit about the individuals who were selected, and then we have a really fun video to show you. So Mrs. DeSenza is going to go first. Thank you, Dr. Clark.
Mrs. Lynette Winnick was nominated by Mr. Tim Dowd. When he came to Lacey Township High School, Mrs. Winnick was described to him as a heart and soul member of the English department. She's always been a lead-by-example teacher who has taken on difficult teaching assignments with confidence in her work ethic. She may not have always felt comfortable with the technological resources required for any new teaching assignment or pedagogical approach, but she was determined to learn them by attending PD sessions in the summer, by working with colleagues, and by working with these new resources until she felt proficient. Mrs. Winnick seems to carry an indefatigable, ever-present, can-do attitude. She's in the building before most and leaves when most have already left. In these moments, she's preparing, grading, and deepening her knowledge set for the benefit of her students. Here, she demonstrates the hard work that translates to engaging lessons that often experiment with ways to ascertain student engagement. It is for these reasons that Mr. Dowd was proud to recommend Mrs. Lynette Winnick to be recognized as Lacey Township School District Staff Member of the Month. Mrs. Winnick's veteran status as a staff member, combined with her dedication to continue to grow professionally, makes her particularly noteworthy. Beyond this commendable trait, she demonstrates her genuine care for her students' well-being day in and day out. Congratulations, Mrs. Winnick. Thanks for your dedication.
And we're going to see your video in a moment.
That's scary.
No,
What's that? Yes, so we're going to do the video, and then Mr. Riggs is going to talk about our second recipient who's here in the back. So let's roll the video.
Roll the tape.
All right, so here we are at Lacey Township High School getting ready to walk into Mrs. Winnick's class. She has no idea that she has been nominated and selected as our November Staff Member of the Month. And this is our very, very first presentation because the program is brand new. So here we go.
Hey, Miss Winnick, can you tell your class to hold on for a moment?
Hold on, guys. Good morning. Good morning. So how many students do you have on?
Right now I have 9.
Can they hear?
No, I just put it on me.
Oh, can you unmute them? Sure. They're going to want to hear this.
Okay, guys. We have company today.
Hi, good morning. So I'm sorry to interrupt your class, but I have some fantastic news, and I think it's great that you guys are going to hear. So I don't know if you heard, Mrs. Winnick, but we have a brand new program in our district called Staff Member of the Month.
Oh, I think
Did you hear about that? And so it's our very, very first program, and in November we're going to be presenting our staff members who have been nominated and selected at our board meeting on Monday. And the fantastic news is that you have been selected as the November Staff Member of the Month.
I knew November was the best month.
Congratulations.
So I'm sorry,
Well deserved.
students, that you're not here sitting in class and you can do a round of applause, but we'll do a round of applause.
Congratulations, Miss
Thank you
Winnick.
so much.
Well deserved.
Oh, that's so
And
exciting.
I am so excited because you will forever go down as the very first Lacey Township School District Staff
The oldest
Member
and
of
the
the
first.
Month. So just so you know, you are on camera, and we are going to be doing a video at our board meeting on Monday.
Okay.
And you're going to be getting an invitation from me to attend because we would love to have you there. So this is where I would normally give you a hug and shake hands, but because of this, we
Air
can't.
fives.
So we do air fives and we'll do a little elbow bump. So congratulations,
Thank you so
well
much.
deserved.
Yay, guys.
And yeah, I'm so we're getting some chats up there.
Congrats. Congrats.
Yes, congratulations. Well deserved.
Mrs. Winnick has long been a heart and soul member of the English department. She's a lead by example teacher who's taken on difficult teaching assignments with confidence. Every day, she brings with her a tremendous can-do attitude. She brings that into the school in the very early morning hours when she arrives and takes it with her when she goes back home in the late afternoon. It's in those times where she's grading, developing lessons, working on new materials and resources, all for the betterment of her students. Day in and day out, she genuinely cares for the well-being of her students, and I couldn't be more proud to have her receive this recognition. Congratulations, well-deserved, Mrs. Winnick.
All right, so here we are at the middle school, and we're about to walk into Miss Brown's classroom. She has no idea, and we're going to surprise her with the news that she has been selected as November Staff Member of the Month. Here we go. Hello.
Hi.
How are
How are
you?
you?
Good.
How's
How
it
are
going?
you?
Good.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, boys and girls, but if I could have your attention for a minute. I have some fantastic news, and I'm so excited that you're here to hear about it. So, our district has this brand new program called Staff Member of the Month for the very first time, and we're going to be doing a video presentation at our Monday night board meeting, and I'm here to tell all of you and Ms. Brown that she has been selected by a committee, but nominated by Mrs. Kirk as the November Staff Member of the Month. How awesome is that? So this is where I normally give you a hug, but you can't, so we're going to do an elbow bump. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So well deserved. And are you proud of her? She's awesome, right? Yeah, so we're excited. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you will get a letter, and you'll be invited to the board meeting on Monday night, and we have a beautiful plaque for you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Well deserved. You have worked so hard. Technology has been like nothing that you've ever done before, right? Yeah, especially the way we're doing it. So congratulations.
Kim, congratulations on your selection as Staff Member of the Month. When the email came from the board office to identify or recognize a fellow staff member, you came to mind first. You so willingly give your assistance to everyone, whether it's a staff person, students, people who catch you in the hall. And you do this all while trying to teach your own classes as well. You're the testing goddess. You help everyone with their devices and technology, and you do it with such an amazing spirit of willingness. And I just can't tell you how much I appreciate the help that you've given me in the past, the help that you've given my students, and you really just promote such a wonderful, positive relationship of students and staff with our technology, and I can't thank you enough. So that's why I nominated you, and I really believe that you're so well deserving of this recognition. Congratulations.
All right, Mr. Riggs, you ready to read a little bit about Mrs. Brown? All right.
So as you know, Mrs. Kirk was the one that nominated. Kimberly Brown is a computer teacher in the middle school. She's been with us for 6 years. So during the past 6 months of remote learning, Kim Brown has been an invaluable member of the middle school team, worked tirelessly to make sure that the students and staff not only have the devices for learning, but that they're working properly. That's no small feat. Kim Brown is also there to help, whether in person or remotely, and she shares her skills with teachers, especially with key remote learning platforms such as Google Meets. As a Google trainer, she prepared and delivered several professional development sessions for staff to introduce new digital learning tools such as Jamboard that have become valuable tools for remote and in-person instruction. Bottom line, Kim Brown has helped to ensure that the students and staff have access to the tools that they need to be successful, and they know how to use them and use them well. We're extremely thankful for her guidance and assistance. Kim Brown has cultivated knowledge and skills that she freely shares with her colleagues in order to make them better at what they do, teach and reach students. She provides support in a manner that makes people comfortable and willing to go to her for help because they're not embarrassed to admit weakness or to ask. She keeps staff aware of new digital tools and enhancements such as Mote and Google Meet functions that make their instruction better and classroom management easier. She has supported every staff member and student in the middle school and in the remote learning land, and she has worked incredibly hard to make sure that each person has what he or she needs to be successful, all the while teaching her own classes. We couldn't be prouder. Congratulations, Kimberly.
All right. Congratulations again. All right, so our last video for the evening, we've been working on this for so long, and it is not typical for us to recognize our retirees from last year so late. But Mr. Merman has been working so hard. Graduation videos and NHS videos, it's just one video after another because that's the world we're in. But we were able to pull it off. And we do have a lot of retirees to recognize, and while we wish that we can be doing it here in person, a video is yet again our go-to. So we are ready for that video, Mr. Lytle.
Hi, I'm Dr. Vanessa Clark, Superintendent of the amazing Lacey Township School District. I'm here with yet another video because we did not get the opportunity to congratulate our retirees. COVID has interrupted many traditions, and congratulating our retirees has been one of them. So I am going to turn it over to our principals who have a few things to say to all of you.
On behalf of the entire Anoka Harbor School family, I'd like to send a warm wish of good luck and hopes that you enjoy your well-deserved retirement. As those of us still here adjust our daily routine and everyday life without you, we are certainly reminded of the fantastic effort and contributions that each of you made on a daily basis. So here's to you, Mrs. Anderson, Mrs. Carhart, Mrs. Girding, and Mrs. Potter. With all of our hearts and prayers, may you enjoy your days ahead. God bless, and please come visit whenever that becomes possible again.
The Cedar Creek School is so excited to wish our retirees well. Helen Van Olden, Lucille Ziegler, Liz Hutler, and Judy Hadley. Happy retirement to all of you. We wish you nothing but the best.
The staff here at Mill Pond would like to take this opportunity to thank these dedicated individuals for all they have done to support the students and staff here. Mrs. Steinberg, Mrs. Van Sant, Mrs. Gallagher, Mrs. Spexarth, and Mrs. Scutro, we wish you all the best in your retirement. Thank you for sharing your passion for learning with our students and families at Mill Pond.
The Lacey Middle School would like to recognize the following retirees: Cafeteria Manager Marie Hohenveld, Paraprofessional Patty B.A., Main Office Secretary Patty Callarell, Principal Secretary Laura Broking, and Department Chairperson Paul Groban. Together, these individuals leave our district with a combined 143 years' experience in education and serving the students of Lacey Township. Although their roles were different and varied, their commitment to our students' success and well-being was at the forefront of everything they did. Whether it was in the classroom, in the cafeteria, or on the athletic fields, these staff members did all they could so our students could find success in everything they did. They put forth countless hours of energy and effort to improve education and lead others around them. Their presence and many contributions will be sorely missed. Yet the impact they had will carry on for many years to come. They can leave Lacey knowing they have blazed a trail for others to follow and set a standard of excellence for those that come after them. They have each earned a well-deserved, happy, healthy, and long retirement. We want to wish them each the very best as they begin to explore, enjoy, and experience all the wonderful things that retirement has to offer. Thank you all for everything you've done for your middle school family.
As Lacey Township High School principal, I am privileged to be able to take this moment and celebrate all staff members who retired last year. At Lacey Township High School, we consider ourselves a caring family, and I can confirm on behalf of the entire administration and staff that the following individuals will truly be missed: Linda Palcheko in Food Services, Michelle Baldwin, Paraprofessional, Cindy Mitten, Secretary, and Mike Kilmary, Attendance Officer. In addition to these remarkable staff members, I must emphasize the next three teachers' contributions to the students of Lacey Township High School. Without their hard work and dedication, the positive and caring climate of LTHS would not exist. Beth Furs, special education teacher for 23 years at LTHS. Annie Russell, chemistry teacher for 36 years at Lacey Township High School. And Maureen McCarthy, math teacher for 38 years at Lacey Township High School. I thank all the retirees for their dedication to the Lacey School District and wish you all a healthy and happy retirement.
From the Special Services Office, we are recognizing the Secretary to the Director of Special Services, Janine Kubica. Congratulations on your well-deserved retirement. You have contributed an incredible amount to the Special Services Office and the entire district for your many years in this role and other roles. Myself, Mallory Kurkowski, the other three Child Study Team secretaries, and our entire Child Study Team miss you dearly, and we are wishing you the best in retirement. Enjoy your grandkids, enjoy your time off. Congratulations.
I was asked to speak on behalf of two recent retirees, Elise Milano and Mary Keefe. I had the pleasure of working with both these ladies for over 20 years, and I cannot say enough good things about how they performed their job. They were extremely careful, they were always responsible, and always kept the children's safety paramount. They were diligent to their job and were a pleasure to work with their co-workers as well as the parents and the students. I wish them both the very, very best in retirement. They certainly have earned it, and we'll miss you, but please have a great, great future and years in front of you.
What can I say about Dave Klink? In the less than a year that I've been here at Lacey Township School District, when I met Dave for the first time, seemed like a really nice guy. Got along very well with myself and the rest of our staff from buildings, grounds, and maintenance. In the short time, unfortunately, I got to know Dave while he was still here before he retired. He was a wealth of knowledge. I could rely on him on just about any aspect of the building or buildings in Lacey Township School District. Having that wealth of knowledge in the 20 some odd years that he spent with us here at Lacey Township, he will be very much missed by all of my staff, myself, and Dave. I hope that you enjoy your retirement, and you are always welcome to come back and see us at any time. Congratulations, Dave.
Karen Van Gorder was an integral part of our ESL program at the high school and also other schools throughout the district. Her work ethic was second to none. She was an incredible motivation for some of our students who need it the most. And her warm, welcoming environment in her classroom for her students was noticed by many, not only her students, her supervisors, her colleagues, and we truly will miss her. So we hope she's doing well. Wish her the best in retirement, and again, we will miss you.
I'm here in the Ozarks to wish you a happy retirement. Make a bucket list, go out and do everything you ever wanted to do. There's new beginnings for you. Good luck. Thank you for all you've done for our district and our children. We so appreciate it. To all of you, cheers. Enjoy yourselves.
Congratulations and happy retirement from the Descenza family to the Lacey Retirees 2020.
Hi everyone, this is Linda Downing. I'd like to congratulate all of you on your decision to retire, and I want to thank you for all your years of dedication to the students of Lacey Township. Your hard work and your commitment is acknowledged and appreciated. Now always remember, from now on, every night is a Friday night and every day is a Saturday. So enjoy your retirement, good luck, good health, and enjoy.
Thank you to our principals and board members for those inspirational words. Retirees, we weren't able to do the traditional cake and coffee that we always do for you, but when this pandemic is over, and it will be over, we will be absolutely certain to have you back for that celebration. In the meantime, congratulations. Thank you for your years of service and hard work for the students and families of the Lacey Township School District. You will be missed.
Okay, so congratulations to everybody again. I know the video was a little long, but we were long overdue, and we will make sure to get a copy of that video to our retirees and hope to have them back when things go back to normal. And again, I keep saying it, but we are going to get back to normal sooner rather than later, I hope. All right, I know we have a presenter that's been waiting a long time to do his presentation. So for our annual audit report, welcome to Mr. Jerry Conity. Mr. Conity.
Thank you so much. It's great to see the video. So many of being a graduate of Lacey High School, it was great to see so many familiar names, and it's always great walking the hallways and getting to see a lot of the people that I graduated with and good friends with, other pictures on the wall. So be sending out some pictures to them later on tonight. Happy to be here tonight to present the audit report for the year ending June 30th, 2020. We are still in a draft form of the audit for the time being, although we are done with our audit procedures. We are waiting on information from the state of New Jersey in order to be able to finalize our audit. So there's no action that the board needs to take tonight, but we figured rather than wait around for the numbers from the state, because they have not given any indication as to when they would be releasing them, it would be good for us to actually come tonight and kind of at least talk about the results of the audit. A lot of our audit, obviously, as you can imagine, it's been a little more challenging than usual under COVID. We've had to do a lot of that audit work remotely. So before I get started on the actual audit results, I just want to personally thank Dr. Clark and Mr. DeGeorge, and in particular, and their offices, but in particular, Sharon Sylvia. Sharon, as the Assistant Business Administrator, is the person that we deal with the most for the audit. So she's the one fielding all the questions. We are, although the state has extended the deadline to file the audit, as I said, we're done with our audit, and that's a testament to the business office as a whole, and Ms. Sylvia and the entire team for all the help and courtesies that were extended to myself and my team. So thank you very much. As we continue to wait, again, as I said, there's no indication as to when those numbers will be released to the state, but as they are, we'll be able to implement them and get the report issued. We did meet with the Finance Committee last week to talk about the report in a little bit more detail. We do have an unmodified opinion on the financial statements. That's the best opinion that we can give. That says that there are no modifications necessary to bring us in compliance with generally accepted accounting principles. The district has a very strong balance sheet. A couple of years ago, you guys had started implementing some reserves for capital reserve and maintenance reserve to help kind of plan for rainy days and different events that may come up during the years. So financial health of the district has continued to improve as you guys have utilized a lot of those reserves. District also had a very good year. Although you guys had anticipated utilizing some of your surplus, between having some budget savings in the health benefits line as well as some excess money from SREC sales over and above what was anticipated, able to have a positive year in terms of our fund balance. We have no findings or recommendations to report. I'm happy to announce. We also, in addition to doing an audit of the financial statements, we're also required to do an additional layer of testing that's on your state and your federal grants. Again, I'm happy to report that additional audit, which is referred to as a single audit, resulted in no findings or recommendations needing any action from the board or from the district. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys may have if you have any.
Just bottom line, we did a good job. Not we, but our business administrator and his
Very
office.
good job.
Thank
Yes.
you.
All right.
No, I'm just scratching my head.
All right, Jerry, thank you so
guys.
much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Jerry, thanks to you and your staff too. Very easy to work with. One telltale sign for me is how many times Sharon runs in and out of my office complaining or asking questions, and that never really happened other than the questions I had to ask out of my position. So that's a testament to the way that the both of you work together, and we appreciate that. So thanks.
Thanks.
you, Jerry.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye, Jerry.
All right, just a couple more announcements before I conclude. I do have some great news to share, and we kind of touched upon this in our agenda meeting, but on October 28th, we were informed that we were awarded funding for this year's Special Olympics Unified Champion School Program. The USC program is aimed at promoting social inclusion through intentionally planned and implemented activities affecting system-wide change. And how do we do this? How are we going to do this? The goal is to try to implement inclusive sports, inclusive youth leadership opportunities, and whole school engagement. So in the coming weeks, our Director of Special Services, Mr. Bond, and our Elementary Special Education Supervisor are going to establish, promote, and grow a unified club. So more information will be forthcoming about that program, and we're really excited to have been awarded the $15,000 grant. And the last thing I have for tonight is, we keep talking about how COVID interrupted this and COVID interrupted that, and unfortunately COVID has interrupted so many of our school events, including our fall play. But the show must go on, and it will go on. So I am happy to say that our drama students, all of our staff involved in the fall play under the direction of Mr. Olander will be showing the Brothers Grimm Spectaculathon. So you can pre-order tickets to view our fall play. It's through a website called Broadway On Demand. That link is on our website, on our Facebook, and it has been tweeted. It is going to be available for viewing on Friday, November 20th and Saturday, November 21st only. So I want to encourage our school community to support our visual and performing arts. So please buy a ticket. Ticket's only $10, and we're really, really looking forward to that. So once again, congratulations to our unsung hero, our seniors of the month, Logan, Callie, Vincent, and Angel. And I want to wish our families a happy Thanksgiving. Be safe.
that concludes my comments.
Thank you, Dr. Clark. Okay, at this time, we will move on to public comment. An audience member wishing to make a comment shall shall be called from the other room where they are waiting to come in. Comments shall be addressed to the board president. Comments shall be made one issue at a time. Comments shall be limited to 5 minutes. No audience member will be recognized twice until all who wish to comment have been recognized. And please use the microphone. Thank you.
Yes?
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you. Anne-Marie Leiter from the Woods of Bamber. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm here. I'm usually virtual. I am looking forward to getting my daughter back to school. I'm looking forward to this big brother, big sister thing. Looking forward to NHS assisting my 6th grader. I can't say it enough. I need my daughter back in school. I'm hoping that Lacey District, in addition to looking at what everybody else is doing, might kind of take the bull by the horns and let everybody else see what we're doing. Make some decisions for the betterment of the kids. There's not a lot of kids in the classroom. So if I want my daughter back in class and there's only 7 or 9, let my kid back in the class. If there's any other parents that want their kids back in the class, I don't understand why it can't be done on a case-by-case issue. I had a conversation with Dr. Clark. I've been in contact with the principal, vice principal. I'm going to keep fighting for my kid because I appreciate that you guys are working so hard and it's unprecedented times and that it will be over one day. One day might be too late. Every day that goes by, I feel like my daughter is slipping further and further. And I'm not happy. And anytime I get an opportunity to speak, I will be here speaking. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Leiter. And you're right, we did have a good conversation the other day, and I know you're not alone. Everybody up here wants to bring all of our students back 5 days a week. So we are still working on our phase-in plan. It's just going to take a little bit of time.
I understand that I'm not alone, but I am when it comes to my daughter.
Understood.
Thank you.
A mama bear has to fight for her kids. Is there anyone else that would like to come up and speak? No? Okay, seeing none, we will move on to board comments. Okay, so I'm going to start to the left of me. So Mrs. McAvoy, your comment and curriculum, if you have a report. I think you do, right?
Yes,
Okay.
we have a huge curriculum report. We had a long meeting the other night. Mrs. Downing, Mr. Polino, Dr. Clark, and Mr. Decker were all there. We discussed remote instruction and the new remote instructors that started, and it's going well. And the children that were on all remote are getting more teacher face time with the new instructors. We discussed bringing in a program, DARE versus LEAD, and we decided that DARE would not be feasible, and the funding is gone for that. So we will put money into the budget for a LEAD program or a program similar, even though it could get cut eventually. We're going to try to budget for that because it's so important. We have a new thing that Dr. Clark is going to start called Parent University, and she will be having these Parent University meetings either monthly or bi-monthly, and it'll focus on issues related to various components of education. It could be about instruction, current adolescent topics, socially emotional learning concepts, or other interesting topics that Dr. Clark comes up with, and you'll all be notified, all the parents will be notified about the new Parent University topics. December, Dr. Clark, did you say?
Yes.
Possibly? Okay, possibly December. we talked about the district and the board goals. Are they, I'm sorry, are they on the website? Wasn't that for tonight?
They're on tonight's agenda. After they're approved, they will be on our website.
Okay, perfect. So that's interesting if anybody would like to check the website during the week. Mr. Decker and Dr. Clark created a substitute video. So all the substitutes will be on the same page. When they come into sub, they'll know COVID procedures, they'll know Alice training, they'll all be on the same page. So we saw some of it, of the video, so it's really good. I'm really glad that they got that together. We discussed ROTC. It's been coming up for a while, and we're still going to try. We're still thinking about putting in an application to get ROTC here. Dr. Clark's working with one of the teachers at the middle school who is in the program and has knowledge, and also Mr. Stardub, the former superintendent, is trying to help us also. And we might hopefully be starting a ROTC club in the high school if there's money available for a stipend and if there's want and need here at the high school. Next month, we discussed Mr. Bond will have a presentation for an overview of the special ed services here at the high school. Oh, this is very nice. Dr. Clark is going to start a superintendent newsletter. So that will keep everybody in the district informed and on the same page. We also discussed Facebook and how we can get more page likes and more traffic on Facebook to show the district all the positive things that we're doing in the district. And we discussed what the guidance departments in all the high schools and all the schools are doing for COVID, mental health, sensitivity during this time. We discussed the Big Brothers and Big Sisters and the alcohol EDU program that freshmen and seniors are exposed to with the dangers of alcohol use. Okay, and as for spotlight of former graduates, we changed that last month. So starting tomorrow, Dr. Clark and the technology department will have the spotlight on the graduates from last month and this month. So I'm just going to briefly introduce the two that will go on the website tomorrow. Mike Hutman is a graduate of the class of 2009. He went to Ocean County Vocational Technical Schools and studied law and public safety. He's a lifelong resident. In 2015, he was hired full-time by the Ocean County Sheriff's Department. And then in 2018, Mike was hired full-time as a patrolman here in the Lacey Township Police Department. He's also one of several department child safety seat technicians. He's an instructor for LEAD, a certified LEAD instructor, and he is also a humane law enforcement officer. So if you'd like to read more about Mike Hutman, please visit the website tomorrow. And the next one is Marissa Giuliano. She was a class of 2013. She attended Caldwell University, receiving 2 bachelors. And Marissa's doing wonderful things. During her time as a graduate student, she built strong relationships with her professors and colleagues, and she was asked to deliver the student commencement address at the 78th annual commencement ceremony for the class of 2020 at Caldwell. And we have a picture of her delivering the address, and if you want to read all about Marissa, please visit the website tomorrow. And since I spoke enough, that's all my comments for tonight. Thank you, President Downing.
Thank you. Mr. Polino.
Thank you. Good evening. So I'd like to start off in congratulating our seniors of the month, unsung heroes, our 2 brand new program recipients of our teachers of the month. Congratulations to them. Just going to keep it short. I just want to wish everybody a good Thanksgiving coming up. Please be safe. You know, our numbers are going up. It's not a surprise. It's not a secret with COVID. One thing that is a positive, though, Where everything is going up in the state, our school numbers are staying down. So what does that tell us? So we're doing the right thing in school. Our students are doing the right thing. So hopefully it'll stay that way. We can get everybody back in the classroom. I know Ms. Leiter, we're with you with that. We want to get everybody back in. But we have to follow the guidelines. We just can't take the lead and just run and do our own thing. We have to go by the county superintendent, the state Department of Education. So we're phasing in slowly. So I know we're anticipating moving forward, and that's what we're looking forward to. So I just want to wish everybody a great Thanksgiving again. Stay safe, wash your hands, stay 6 feet apart, and enjoy your family this holiday season. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Polino.
Next,
Skip, Mr. Peters?
I'd like to start
And
off with
facilities.
congratulating.
Facilities also, if you have a
Yep,
report.
yep. I'd like to start off with congratulating Mr. Polino and Ms. Klaus and the other candidates that did not make it. Keep going for it. Go for the election again. And tonight was a good time actually being a board member, of enjoying and seeing in person the awards being given. Unfortunately, there was not a facilities meeting this past month, but I've been doing some inspections on the outside of the buildings. A few months back, Dr. Clark and myself completed about a 3-hour tour on a Saturday. I was bringing up a ton of concerns which I wanted to address, and they're doing very well. Marco and the facilities crew is doing a phenomenal job on addressing some of those issues. Last meeting I spoke about Luke Fernandez, a Lacey local, fighting his first MMA fight. He won in about 31 seconds. So congratulations there. Also, we have some good news. The Lacey girls soccer team completed a 14-game regular season schedule with 11-2-1 record. They were undefeated on the road, 7-0. They won the B South Division. They've received the #1 seed in our state tournament bracket, and they'll play their opening round game this Wednesday at 2 o'clock home against Freehold Borough. The team is a coach's dream. They play hard for each other, and they never give up, and they leave it all on the field. On a somber note, one second here, please. As many of you may know, we lost a good one this month. John Crowley passed away a few weeks ago at the age of 96. What some of you may not know, he was very instrumental in building Lacey High School and Middle School. John was a high school chemistry teacher at Oakcrest Regional High School in Mays Landing. Although he lived in Lacey in the mid-1970s, he decided to run for the School Board of Education at Central Regional High School District. At the time, Lacey was a member of that district, which was part of Central Regional District, where it sent all its 7th through 12th graders. John's specific purpose in running for the Central Board was to secure Lacey to withdraw from the regional district and start our own district, something that has never been done in the state of New Jersey, so that Lacey could build its own high school and middle school. His hard work and the work of others led finally to a referendum that required the unanimous consent of all central sending districts. It was a great credit to John's powers and persuasion. The referendum passed. At the same time, John was elected to Lacey School Board of Education and was intimately involved in the financial and construction planning of the new schools. Interestingly, this was meant for a time. He was a member of both Central School Board and Lacey School Board simultaneously. He served as a board president on several occasions. We're going to miss you, John. You were a good guy. Unsung Hero Angel, great job. Student of the Month, Kaylee Finlow. I know when I see Mr. Sotaro up there speaking about a student, I know what that student's going through academic-wise. Why? Because my daughter went through his program, that STEM program. If you guys get an opportunity to get your son or daughter in that STEM program that Lacey offers, it is phenomenal. My daughter's in the business school, but she took the STEM program to learn how to study and to learn how to prepare for tests. And that program is phenomenal. So I'd like to give it a shout out for them. But Kaylee, congratulations. Vinnie Segley, congratulations on being Student of the Month for vocational. Hopefully we have a wrestling season this year. And Mr. DeGeorge. Mr. DeGeorge. Thank you for what you do. When I see an auditor get up here and tell us there was nothing wrong whatsoever with the audit, we know you're doing your job, and thank you.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate that.
Also, I'd like to give a shout out to all the veterans for Veterans Day. Thank you for what you did, and thank you for what you do. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Peters. Mr. Scanlon?
Thank you.
And Finance too, please.
Yes, in the Finance Committee, one of the things that came up was something that we'll be looking at more closely and possibly voting on next month, which has to do with technology, which needs to be updated. The switching system for the internet within all the schools was originally purchased and put in 2008. And in technology, 2008 is ancient history. And the switching system is working, but it's not working as up to the capacity that it could with replacement. We do have available a federal program that will pay for almost half of the replacement cost. And the exact figures will be available next month. But right now, it would be safe to say that we'll get about $225,000 in grant money to pay towards the $550,000 to $560,000. So not half, but very close to half will be paid in grant money, which is a very a great savings for us. So you'll hear more about that next month, and just be aware of it when it comes, where the money's coming from and the purpose. I'd also like just to say in a public session here what I said in the earlier session. I would like to suggest that the Finance Committee, whoever it's made up of next year, schedule budget workshops for any board members who wish to attend, open to the public, where the public will not be participants but be observers, so they can see how the budget is put together, and then also so that board members can be fully aware of what goes into putting the budget together, and they can have input on various portions and aspects of the budget. Okay, that would kind of go along with Goal 2 in the district, the superintendent's goals and objectives, which is to for community outreach to engage the community in understanding what some of the fiscal challenges are. So if we open that up a little bit and didn't just have 2 meetings where we say, here's the budget, we're going to, open it up to discussion, and the public hasn't had any opportunity to observe how it's put together. It could possibly make for clearer understanding for everyone. So I would just suggest that we think about that going forward. Thank you.
And do you have any comments?
That was
Just general, any? That was your report, you done?
That was my report. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Mrs. DeSenza?
Yes, thank you. I agree with what Mr. Scanlon said. It would be nice to involve the public and have some budget workshops in early 2021. Congratulations to our seniors of the month, Logan Hammerly, Kaylee Finlow, and Votech senior Vincent Segley, and our unsung hero, Angel Dong. And I know Mr. Riggs is very excited tonight because he's in his countdown mode. Tonight, we were the first 2 board members on the committee to select the very first Lacey staff members of the month for November. Many thanks to all the people that submitted nominations for their coworkers. They showed a lot of heartfelt camaraderie. Congratulations to Lynette Wennick and Kim Brown. Many thanks to Special Olympics New Jersey for the $15,000 grant award. It is very much appreciated. The CPOG group, the Special Ed Parent Advisory Group, will meet virtually this Wednesday, November 18th at 6:30 p.m. Their announcement can be found on the Lacey High School newsletter. All parents of children receiving special services are welcome to attend. You do need to contact them to get the link to join virtually. Thank you to Mr. Conity for his briefing on the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, also known as the CAFR. It is totally the cure for insomnia, but it does contain a few enlightening highlights. My comment tonight is about why I've needed to use the Open Public Records Law as a board member. I've gotten a lot of questions about why I've had to do it. As I've already mentioned in the past, board communication is not always the best, and board policy and bylaws for the operations of the board itself are very generic and in some cases very nondescript. Some just meet the bare statutory requirements and should be fine-tuned by the board, but they have not. Last month, I spoke about the need for guidelines for negotiation policy. Talking about the issue in committee was a step forward, but I need to give examples and specific details to other board members, some of which may be confidential, so therefore I can't discuss it in public. But if no one wants to hear the why, that's fine, but there are very specific reasons why a negotiation policy is necessary. When I came on board in 2015 for the first time, I asked for the previous negotiation information and was told, we have none. And that's simply no way to conduct proper negotiations, in my humble opinion. Open Public Records Act. There are 7 of us, and at no time should one board member have more knowledge than another about a public, student, or staff issue. We should all receive the same information that may have been sent to just one board member. Sometimes that board member is the board president. A couple of times I noticed an item or two was sent just to me, so I forwarded it on to make sure everyone saw it. That is why I always state, if someone wants to email the board, please take that extra moment and send it to all 7 board members at the same time. I did Oprah requests for board presidents' emails a few times in the past couple of years on oprahmachine.com. Why? Because sometimes I'll hear a discussion about something I was not familiar with. And then I hear the words, I got an email, or I was sent an email, and it wasn't shared. There's also confidential stuff that happened in 2018 when I was off the board. How am I supposed to know about those issues unless someone clues me in? So I review the email logs, and then there's all the correspondence. And then if I see something that I want to read in its entirety, I make a separate request. The Oprah Machine is a great website because it holds all the information obtained, and anyone can access it without waiting for it again if they might want to review the same stuff. I currently have 26 Oprah requests to the school district on oprahmachine.com, and I made a few others directly to public agencies in Trenton as well. Public records are public records, and I will continue to use Oprah if the need arises. The next Lacey Board meeting will be Monday, December 21st at 6 p.m. Mr. Riggs, didn't the time just fly by? And thank you to all in attendance here tonight. Thank you, Mrs. Downing.
Thank you, Mrs. DeSenza. Mr. Riggs?
All right.
And you
where do
can
we
do
start?
policy
Oh,
also.
indeed I will. Thank you.
That you will.
So we met on, what day did we meet? Thursday, November 12th. We did it virtually. Myself, Skip, and Frank. We went from 6:40 to well after 8 o'clock. And gentlemen, as our time grows short here, it was pretty fun, I got to admit. I hope one of you guys picks this up and runs with it, because you guys are the best version of it I've ever come across in this policy world. But we talked about a lot of stuff. So actually, let's backtrack for a minute. So back in June, Strauss Esme dropped 16 policies and regs on us. We didn't go after them all at one time. We started doing them piecemeal. So this last month, we took out almost all of what was left. There's only the 2 that we tabled, and we're going to get back to those 2. We should be able to clear those up, because I don't want to leave a lot of unfinished business behind after we go. So guys, we got one more time. So anyway, as far as these go, there is one that I'm talking to more of the board right now, but when we go into policy later on, when we go through our agenda, there's actually a bylaw that's going to be in here, and I'm going to ask for a motion on the bylaw, because we're going to circumvent our usual policy, which is we read something twice. The second time we read it, we adopt it. This has to do with remote public board meeting during a declared emergency, which we should get on our plate right away and not wait the extra month just in case, because who knows what next month is going to look like. So we'll get this policy out right away, hopefully. We'll go back to that later on once we get into it. The other ones that we have to talk about. So there was, hold on a minute, guys. Like I said, I got a ton of stuff here. So we had a suspension and expulsion policy, which were policy 5610, regulation 5610, and policy 5620. The only real change that comes with this one is now the principal has will be able to meet with somebody the first time that something happens, so that they're able to set up a meeting the first time that something goes wrong, whether it's something really severe like suspension, or there is an exception to that. Let me do the exception to that real quick. The exception would be nope, sorry, that's not the right one. The exception would be, hold on. Oh, Vanessa, I can't find it now. Hold on. Whatever. Come on. What do you guys? What do you got? Somewhere to be? No, that's personnel records. Okay. Well, basically, it had to do with a weapons charge. I'll find it real quick here. But if there's a weapons charge or someone needs to be removed from school, an assault on a board member, an assault on a staff member, then that meeting doesn't happen right away. It can happen after that, after they're removed from school. That's the exception to it. The other one has to do with public records, sort of what Mrs. DeSenza was talking about. What sort of information is available through the Open Public Records Act, like what sort of information can or can't we give? So now something's down on paper, as well as all the records are going to be kept in your office, which is where they were anyway, but that was one of the options on there. So I think that's pretty much it for right now. Like we said, we'll go back to that remote public board meeting, declared emergency. And then, like I said, there was a couple other policies, but we'll get back around to them. It was just little details that we couldn't quite hammer out in our last time together, but we'll get to them. That's pretty much all I have, guys, I think. Oh, Frank, congratulations. I know you don't want to hear it yet because they're still out there counting beans, but you got it. And Kim Claus, wherever you are, congratulations to you too as our brand new member. And also, guys, what they told us earlier is, who knows what this next month is going to be. So this quite possibly is the last time we're all in the same room together, and thank you all for everything you did. I don't think it wasn't as fast as some people might have said, but we did what we could, and I don't know. I guess we made some memories along the way, but that's it, guys. Thanks. So don't know if I'll have a chance to say that next month, because we might be virtual. We might be back on our computers again, so just in case. That's it. Thank you, President Downey.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm not going to, I'll talk to you privately, Mrs. DeSenza, rather than make a public spectacle of it. I'll talk to you privately after the meeting. I would like to, first of all, congratulate our unsung hero, who, as you know, that is the one award that I really love, because these are people that aren't looking for praise, or they just do a phenomenal job for our district. So congratulations to Angel Dong. Also, the Students of the Month, Logan and Callie, for exceptional resumes. They're going to go places for sure. And our Vocational Student of the Month, Vincent. Congratulations. I love the new Teacher of the Month. I think the choices this month were great. I want to thank Mr. Riggs and Mrs. DeSenza for volunteering to do the first round. And next month, Mr. Polino and Mrs. McAvoy will be part of the committee and presenting as well. So thank you for doing that for us. I want to thank Mr. Merman for putting together the retirement, I think the retirement video. We really appreciate it. I have to learn how to not videotape with my face so close to the screen. That was scary, but I got to learn how to do that. But it was a really nice presentation, so thank you. And congratulations to our retirees. I wish them a lot of luck and happiness. Girls soccer, good luck. I hope you go far in the States. If not, just the fact that you're there is an accomplishment in itself. Congratulations. I want to congratulate Mr. Polino. I know what Mr. Riggs said, you're still counting, but right now, you're the winner, and you and Mrs. Claus, so we want to congratulate both of them. And Rob, I know we're all going to have comments for you next month, but it is nice. I hope that we can have in-person meeting next month because I have a lot to say. No, Rob has been an exceptional board member. He is, I have a lot of good things, nothing bad to say at all. He's just been exceptional. I want to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving, a safe Thanksgiving. Wear your masks, social distance, but enjoy your families the best you can. And at that, we'll move on to new business. I'm sure I missed a lot, but I ran out of room. Okay, so we're going to move on to A, new business, and we're going to first, number one, this meeting minutes. I need a motion for approval of meetings held on October 19th.
Second.
Mrs. McAvoy and Mrs. DeSenza.
Any discussion on these? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon.
Yes.
Mr. Peters.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mr. Polino.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Riggs.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 2, list of bills for November. This is a motion to approve payment of bills totaling $8,706,767.90.
Motion.
Is there any discussion?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Mr. Riggs? Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon.
Yes.
Mr. Peters.
Yes, and I have to abstain from A2 and A18, please.
Okay, A2 specifically for the Manchester payment, sir?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, great. Thank you. Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes, no on 953047, but yes on the rest.
Mr. Polino.
Yes and no on 953047.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes on all except the following: 953579, 950166, 953047, and 954392.
And you'll send me a nice email?
I'll send you the list, yes.
Thank you. Mr. Riggs.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 3, financial items numbers 3 through 12. This is a motion approving budget transfers S-1701 reporting that no major account or fund has been overexpended and that sufficient funds are available to meet the district's financial obligation. It also is receipt of funds from the Champion School Grant of $15,000 to establish a unified leadership team. It's also a motion to memorialize the sale of solar renewable energy credits at a market price of $230 per SREC for a total of $37,490. It's also renewal of Naviance, purchase of Newzella, sale or disposal of assets, Board of Education and Superintendent goals and objectives for 2020-21, the budget calendar for 2021-22, a memorandum of an understanding between the Lacey School District and Big Brothers Big Sisters, and lastly, cooperative purchase with Hunterdon County Educational Services Commission to purchase HVAC equipment. Are there any discussions on any of these items?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon.
Yes.
Mr. Peters.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mr. Polino.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Riggs.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes. Number 4 is facilities, numbers 13 and 14. This involves approval for a cooperative purchase of HVAC equipment and requesting a receipt of quotation to upgrade the electric circuit breaker panels at Cedar Creek. Any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So Northeast and Signal did not give us a quote, Mr. DeGeorge?
That is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a motion?
Go ahead,
I
Frank.
have two things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did we just do 13 before on the last vote?
We may have, I may have just, wait a minute.
Yeah, you went
I think so, but we'll, I recorded it as 12.
The other thing too is, on these quotations, anything that we get in the school district, do they have to be on a state bid or anything like that, or is it anybody can just throw a quote?
Right. The way it generally works, we try, if we can, to obtain goods and services through either a state contract or a purchasing cooperative. If that's not possible, or we prefer not to, then we would issue formal quotations or bids, and anyone who has the requisite license may respond.
I have a question. Where are these 4 units going?
What specific rooms?
Yeah,
I do not know that, but I will get that to you. I could tell you that Mrs. Renuska and her.
right, didn't they raise money with the
Yeah, they
class?
did, yeah, so this is,
So, is that where it's coming from?
yes, sir, it's
Okay.
coming from a combination of the Recycle Rally money as well as PTA funds.
Okay.
Yep, but I'll get the rooms to you, I honestly don't know them off the top of my head.
I make a motion, we approve it?
Thank you.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Peters,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes.
Mr. Polino,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Riggs,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes. Okay, number 5, schedules, items 15 and to 17.
Move.
Second.
Roll call, any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Peters,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes.
Mr. Polino,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Riggs,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Thank
Number 6 is tuition and transportation. Number 19,
18.
18.
18, I'm sorry. Any discussion? No?
Motion.
Thank you. Second?
I'll do the second.
Riggs.
Wait, I have something different for 18.
You may have the
Out of
old,
district.
The old
She said it
one was
wrong. She said it wrong.
eliminated.
the new one. We eliminated
There
eight.
was a revised.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
I know, I did the same thing, so.
So 18's not on this, or no?
There's a new
18,
old one.
18 is, yes, it is. Yes.
I'm sorry, can you repeat what 18 is?
It's the tuition?
Okay, no,
out-of-district placement.
Yes, ma'am.
thank you. Motion?
I think,
have one,
Mr.
right?
We did it.
DeSenza
Do we have a
and Mr. Riggs?
second?
Yes, we do.
Yep.
Second?
Me
Yep.
and Rob.
Are you ready, Mrs.
Yep,
Brennan?
roll call. Just writing it down.
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Peters,
Abstain?
thanks, sir. Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes.
Mr. Polino,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Riggs,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes. The next one is policy.
Mr. Riggs, do you want to, you're okay with me just pulling out of 19B 0164.6 for first read and adoption? Is that the motion?
Yes, yes, it's just gonna be, bylaw 0164.6,
Right.
that one, please.
Yes, yes, we'll pull that out and we'll vote on that separately right now for first
Oh,
read and
right.
adoption.
Yes,
Okay.
so, all right, so I'll explain now,
Yes.
everybody, to what
Yep.
this is,
Yep.
okay? So just hang with me a minute, guys, I'm gonna read it, so we know what we're talking about here, all right? So what this is bylaw 0164.6, remote public board meeting during a declared emergency. PL 2020 C34, authorized direct, all right, you know what, I'll skip this beginning part. New Jersey Department of Community Affairs published a local finance notice, September 24, 2020, new emergency regulations, remote public meetings held during a declared emergency. Strauss Esme has developed a new bylaw that is compliance with the new administrative code and LFN 2020-2021. The administrative code, LFN, and this new bylaw are straightforward, but the administrative code requires a board use electronic communication equipment that has some very specific capabilities that are outlined in the bylaw. In addition, the administrative code provides several options for the board, and these are the ones we took. So the board must, 1, determine if the board will require members of the public to state prior to providing public comment if they wish to speak and identify themselves prior to speaking. That's a yes, since we already do that anyway. Number 2, designate a school official responsible for creating the meeting agenda to accept public comments in advance of the public remote public meeting. We said no. You can come in and you can ask whatever questions you want. You don't have to send your questions to us first. Number 3, Determine if the board will accept public comment during the remote meeting via text message. Again, we said no. You're not going to text us, however that may be, and we're going to answer questions to you. Number 4, establish a reasonable time limit for each public comment made during the remote meeting and to read each written comment submitted to a designated official prior to a remote meeting. The reasonable time limit for an individual public comment is typically between 3 and 5 minutes. Now, if you remember, we already instituted a 5-minute time limit anyway. So again, that's a yes. We went for the higher side, and we went for 5 minutes on that one. So, to wrap this all up, this bylaw is mandated for a Board of Education that conducts remote public board meetings during this governor-declared emergency. Therefore, it is recommended a board that conducts remote board meetings suspend bylaw 0131, which is we read it and then we read it a second time to adopt, requiring 2 readings, and adopt this bylaw with 1 reading at this board meeting. So, do you want me to make the motion, Mr. George?
If you
Okay. Move the Board of Education suspend bylaw 0131 that requires 2 readings to adopt a bylaw or policy, and adopt bylaw 0164.6 with 1 reading to be in compliance with the new emergency regulations regarding remote meetings held during a governor-declared emergency, NJAC 539-1.1 through 1.7, promulgated by the Department of Community Affairs.
Second.
I've got the whole thing.
You got all that?
I got that whole thing.
Wow.
right up here.
I was
Unless
gonna
you're gonna give
say.
me a copy.
I'll give you my copy, actually.
Yeah, that
Who
would be
made the motion?
Rob did.
Oh, you made the,
Yes.
no, you read the policy.
No, I'm asking.
He made the motion and read the policy with it.
Oh, okay.
At the
All
same
right.
Yep.
time, yep.
Yep, motion, move the board.
And
So
we have
I'm
a
making
second?
the motion, so.
Donna
Ms.
seconded.
Matt, what is our second?
All
Okay,
right.
Mr.
Roll call,
George.
please.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
thank
you.
you. No.
Sorry.
One more time, please.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, just for
I
you,
missed
Frank.
some of that.
From the top.
Sheesh.
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Peters,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mr. Polino,
I have to, I sat with him for all those hours.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Riggs,
Oh, yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes.
Now, the remainder of the policy resolutions, right? Everything except that.
Everything except the
Okay,
bylaw.
so we need a motion for that then.
Motion for the remaining
Second.
policy.
Skip will second.
I love
Roll
that
call
policy
for the
committee.
remainders.
All right. Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Peters,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mr. Polino.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes on all except nay on revision for B10, board committees, P0155.
We're not
The
there
second
yet,
one.
are we?
We're not
You're
We
not
are,
doing
we are.
those yet?
Oh.
It's 1 and 2, yeah. she's-
Oh, one
she's
at
right.
20 and 21?
Yep.
I thought it was all of them, okay.
You
No,
were
it's-
you were
it's-
doing the
You're right.
remainder of 20.
20, yeah. Nay on attachment B10.
No, I'm sorry, it is all of
20 and
19 and 20. I
Right.
mean,
19 and 20.
I'm
the
only-
both of them.
She's right.
Oh, it is both?
Yes, sir,
She's
it
right.
is
Right.
both,
Okay,
yep.
you didn't
So
have the
only
se-
one.
the se-
Would you
That's
change your
the
the
vote?
second reading, I thought
I
was
know,
separate
these
from the
numbers
first
are-
reading.
Okay, not typically, but,
But I still vote yes.
all right, anybody change their vote? No. Awesome. Mrs. Sensa, so you are nay to what now?
0155, attachment B10.
Thank you. Mr. Riggs,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing,
Yes. On Mr. Riggs' recommendations. Okay, and the last one on A, number 20, harassment, intimidation, and bullying.
Motion.
21. New 21.
second, please.
Is there a second?
Second motion.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Peters,
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes.
Mr. Polino,
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes.
Mr. Riggs,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes. Moving on to B, donations. Move.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes, and thank you for the donation.
Mr. Peters,
Yes, and thank you.
Mrs. McAvoy,
Yes, thanks.
Mr. Polino.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza,
Yes, and thank you very much.
Mr. Riggs,
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes, and on behalf of the whole district, thank you. C, programs and curriculum. Could I,
Motion?
is there any discussion?
Yeah, stand by. What are we on? C?
C,
Yes, sir.
programs and curriculum.
I highlighted some things in my Google Drive. Yes, I had a question on the live amplified admin boot camp.
Are you on C?
I'm
or-
sorry, I'm on D. I'm sorry,
Okay.
my apologies.
All right.
I'm on ahead.
Okay, so we have
Okay,
a
we have a
motion.
motion, and Mr. Scanlon
Yes,
second it.
Sounds good.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon,
Yes.
Mr. Peters.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mr. Polino.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Riggs.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes. D, professional days and workshops.
I have a question.
Discussion.
What I don't understand is there's 5 people attending this at $2.99 each. And the question I have is, since it's a virtual session, can they do it together, or do they each get a separate certificate? And what is this all about, this live amplified boot camp?
It's a great question. Off the top of my head, I don't know.
All right, before I say, before we spend $1,400, I need to know what it's about. And if there's 5 people taking it, why can't they just all take it at once, unless they're getting some type of certification?
So
You guys see that where I'm looking at D,
Yes.
professional days and workshops?
Tom, do you know the answer to that?
Oh, you're attending that.
It's a certification.
What is it, though?
It's for Google Admin, so we could manage everything that we do on the Chromebooks and in the email. It's all managed by Google. So it's administering to the whole Google architecture.
The question is, do 5 of you need that certification, or can one of you?
That is a hard thing for me to say.
Okay, all right, I don't want to put you on the spot, thank you.
Is this a series of workshops towards your Google certification, or is there such?
It's a day-long.
Probably for troubleshooting, like
Yeah.
these 5 people can go
By
around the
company
district and
that
trouble.
has been working with us on our audit. We did an audit of our Google system, so they're going through this.
Okay. So does that answer your question?
Mhm.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
Motion?
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon.
Yes.
Mr. Peters.
No.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mr. Polino.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Riggs.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes. Moving on to E, certificated personnel, items 1 through 9. Any discussions?
Yes. Why do we only have a part-time BSI teacher at the middle school?
Where are
What
you
item are you
looking?
on?
Jessica Bartley, first one.
I am item E1.
1?
Because all of our Title I grant-funded BSI teachers are part-time.
No, they're not. If we go down further, there was 4 more, each other school had a full-time,
Right, those are not grant-funded,
okay?
and they're .6 BSI and part remote. So part-time BSI, part remote. So these were the
So do we have
four-
a full-time BSI and a part-time BSI at
We have
the middle
other-
school?
We have other BSI teachers at the
Okay,
middle school.
I just,
yes.
with everything going on, I want to make sure I have
Yep.
enough support for the
No,
kids.
I understand, I understand.
All right, thank you.
Okay, any other questions, comments? Okay, do I have a motion?
Motion?
Second?
Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon.
Yes.
Mr. Peters.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mr. Polino.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Riggs.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes. Moving on to F, non-certificated personnel, items 1 through 5.
Move?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Scanlon.
Yes.
Mr. Peters.
Yes.
Mrs. McAvoy.
Yes.
Mr. Polino.
Yes.
Mrs. DeSenza.
Yes.
Mr. Riggs.
Yes.
Mrs. Downing.
Yes. Any other items?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, none? Could I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.